Yo, what's good, Lambeth made? Welcome back. I'm your host Karima, and today I have with me.
Hi, I'm Sasha.
And today we're interviewing the one, the only, the amazing guy, Solomon. You may know him from the Soup Kitchen. He does a lot. So let's get into it. Hey, Solomon.
Hi guys.
What's good?
How you
How's
doing?
life?
It's alright.
So obviously today you're at the Lambeth Made podcast.
Mm-hmm.
So tell us what brings you here and a bit about yourself.
So what brings me here is once I heard it is to do with people and Lambeth. That's very close to my heart. So firstly, a lot of people don't know is I started off when I was probably about 14 to 15 as I was on the youth council.
Yeah.
So anything to kind of bring it back to the youth council, I get involved in.
Is that the Lambeth Youth Council?
Lambeth Youth Council. Yeah. Yeah.
So what moved you to get involved with like the youth? Why is that such important?
I think for me, so I grew up on a council estate, and I saw, I saw firsthand a lot of poverty, a lot of young people, finding their way of expression, and sometimes finding their way of expression always led them into a jail cell. And a lot of people who don't understand that young person would automatically just think that that young person is a problem, not understanding. If you saw it in my eyes, you would understand why that person's like that.
They're misunderstood.
Do you understand? There's a lot of people that live in, they got mummy and daddy at home, they got food at home, and for them that's a norm. Where a lot of young people that I grew with didn't have mummy and daddy at home. They didn't have food on their table. All they knew was to go out and get it. If they didn't go out and get it, they would be starving that night. Always kind of wanted to make change on seeing stuff on my vision.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
So you look at it as you being like their big brother, or like, because I feel like when you talked about how you saw a lot of kids not having mum and daddy, like I know that for me, it's like I haven't always been around my father, so it's like, would you want to be like a father figure for them?
Yeah, it's not even just a father figure. It's just having somebody, because I believe it or not, even though everyone always says, "Oh, my mum and my dad," but you guys know by living with your parents, they don't understand you.
Let's not even get to that. But
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So sometimes it's not about having mum and daddy at home, because sometimes mum and daddy don't understand. Do you understand? And I think, especially like now, how I am now, I've now got 2 kids. So now my daughter is in year 9. I remember when I was in year 9. So I do my teaching knowing what she's now trying to do the bunking stuff. I done that. The question is not just about being a father figure, it's about understanding on knowing someone who has to go out and steal, understanding, knowing that someone's parents that are selling themselves for them to get money, understanding on why a lot of my friends, I don't know if you kids would remember, we had Woolworths.
Oh yeah, I remember.
Even though Woolworths was a place at the front where you can still pick and mix. Well, it wasn't really for stealing pick and mix, but we were stealing pick and mix.
Yeah.
At the back of Woolworths, there was a school clothes. And no one ever knew about that. I had to go in there with my friends to steal school clothes. So every 6 weeks holiday, remember, no one don't want to go to school in September with last year's clothes. Even though we're off school for 3 months, you do not want to have the school shirt and it's not looking white.
Yeah.
My friends, we had to go to Woolworths and steal full school uniform. I was lucky to have my mum and my dad who would say, "You're not going to the youth club today because we have to go and buy you brand new school uniform." And not everybody had it like that.
Yeah.
Do you see what I'm saying?
So, I have 2 questions. But I want to understand it because I'm wondering you think about it this way. Being from where you come from, what made you feel like you had to go like through a different route? Because as you said, some of your friends got been in jail cells, like you've gone a completely different route. And that's commendable because like, I feel like when you change, you can help people change.
Yeah. So for me, I think it was more. I had good people around me, even though I had like I had the roadmen around me, but the roadmen around me will be like, nah, this ain't for you. Go home.
Yeah.
Do you see what I'm saying? We don't have that now. You know, we don't have where we see people seeing someone out there trying to be with the kids and someone going, go home, man.
Yeah.
You're a good you.
Yeah.
We don't have that. My days we had that. Where I had a lot of the old guys who will show me to say, trust me, you see all this money, you see all these drugs, this is not you. Go home. I'll get sent home.
Yeah.
Do you see what I'm saying? And the reason why they'll send us home, because they're like, you've got mommy and daddy at home. A lot of the guys here don't have mommy and daddy at home, so they could be here because they need to make money.
Yeah.
I remember every Friday there was a major trip.
Yeah.
Full Park. That's how I knew about all of these major places.
Yeah.
Is through youth clubs and youth centers. And I used to hate when there was an amazing project going on, and then boom, the funding got cut.
Yeah.
And for me, I think that's why I said, you know what, if I'm gonna start up anything, I'm gonna do it where I've started it with no funding,
Yeah.
so I can just continue it. Do you know what I mean? I've always said, people's always said, well, how have you been running for so long? I've been running for so long because I've never had to wait for somebody to tell me what to do.
Yeah.
I've just gone out and just done it. Do you see what I'm saying? I think a lot of the times when we wait for the council, not to be rude with the council, but when we wait for the council, we kind of flop ourselves because then we're like, please, can we go for round two? And then they can make a decision, say, nah. So all of that hard work you done in round one is for nothing. Do you see what I'm saying? Unless you've done it yourself. Now, when you've done it yourself, now no one can tell you nothing.
No.
Do you see what I'm saying? And the main thing I want people to learn today is if you've got right now the resources that I didn't have, all we had was Nokia phones, and you was able to play snakes. That was it. We didn't have WhatsApp, YouTube. We didn't have nothing like that. When we wanted to link up with the man them, we knew we had to go Brixton, Morley's. That was the chilling spot. We didn't have, hey, where are you? It was Brixton, Morley's. And I think that's why a lot of people see Morley's advertised, but you don't know the reasoning behind it. The reasoning behind Morley's, that was everybody's link up spot in so Krept and Conan, they're from Gypsy Hill.
Yeah.
They got Morley's. Their meeting spot was Morley's. When we was linking up as South London, going to Shubs, like people's houses, you know.
Yeah.
People's houses, that was a Shubs. And I remember we used to link up with the Kreps and Conans because they were from Croydon.
Yeah.
We used to link up with Section, Streatham Youths. We used to link up with everyone, but everyone was linking up at each Morley's. And we would link up all on the bus. No one had a bus for us. Walking on the bus, go into the Shubs, and going back, and then we would end in Brixton. That is why Morley's was such a unique point for a lot of young people, because we didn't have all of this TikTok and link up. No, it was never like that. Yeah. So I'm saying to a lot of young people now, you have a lot of access where you can buy a camera, buy a PC, pull it in front of your house and create something. You can actually have a podcast on your phone. You don't need to have lights, cameras, and actions and all of these. You can just do it on your phone and then just upload it onto Spotify for free. And then you could then now go beyond Lambeth and say, look, this is what we've been running for 6 months. No funding. Do you see what I'm saying? Yeah. So the main thing I just want to get out of today is just to let young people know. You know, I remember when people used to come to my schoolboy and say, what I would do to be in year 9 right now, bro, I am 38 years old. If I could become you guys, I would do that. If someone was to give me £50 million, I'll become young again. Big man will become young again. Because I knew the time I wasted so much time. And I say to my kids, do it, do it, do it. I'm teaching my son right now, he's 8 years old. I'm saying, you like Roblox? Why don't you buy stocks? You keep on telling me money about buying Roblox coins. Buy some stocks buy stocks in Roblox. And now he's phoning me saying, Daddy, I've seen it for £106. That is money I would be willing to give him. To now say, son, you've now got stocks in the game that you like.
Can we talk about stocks a bit?
Mhm.
I want to get into that. Understand?
This is what I'm saying. You got guys who's got too much access. We didn't have these access.
Yeah, because I like your mindset and your the way like you come across. Like, do you accredit that to like Lambeth, growing up in Lambeth? Like, have you seen things that's made you like shape your mind and
Definitely. You know, from seeing how Brixton used to be. I remember. So I live in Summerlayton, and Summerlayton, you could basically see the market. So you can hear, especially on a Saturday, you can hear the loud music, you can hear the people walking. Remember, Brixton is a landmark where people come from Manchester, Birmingham. So the cars in Brixton, the cars will just be packed on Summerlayton Road. Then you walk into the market, you're seeing vegetables, and you're seeing fruit, and you're seeing all of these things, and then you're seeing people getting kicked out. Then you're like, okay, just gentrification. But gentrification's good.
No, in a way.
In a way, if the community was involved.
Yes. I think you're right.
If you just gentrify and you just said, hey, the price has gone up, that's a problem. But then if you used to say, guys, listen, you've been in the market for 10 years. Right now, we need to revamp.
Yeah.
Let's revamp together.
Yeah.
That's the best type of gentrification.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And me just living in that and seeing the changes of when they've knocked down estates and rebuilt them, those things are good.
So, what do you think about Brixton, Lambeth now? Because,
I feel sorry for the young people. Reason being because there's not enough activities as they used to be. And what I mean by that is, I could go to Stockwell, there's a youth club. Go into Brixton, there's like 8 youth clubs. I can go into West London, they've got a youth club.
Yeah.
I understand what you're saying, but I feel like, I don't know, I feel like I've come to like appreciate Lambeth in a different way from like the borough I live in, because I feel like I found a lot of different stuff. Like, there's not a lot of stuff, I get what you're saying, but I found different like organizations, like there's the Sound Bad. There's another one that I found called Raw Materials, and I done like a music production workshop there, and like I was gonna do join the youth ambassador program there. And I feel like there is not a big amount, but there's a few things, and I feel like,
you see, in my day, it used to be Raw Materials Monday to Friday. You used to can go into Raw Materials, learn how to play beats, learn how to do this, learn how to do that. If you couldn't bother to do it no more and you wanted to do photography, you go to Live Magazine. Live Magazine will teach you how to shoot, to edit, to use Cool Edit Pro, to use Photoshop. They would also teach you how to get backstage in events. They would teach you how to speak to artists. If you got bored of that, there was Creative, where Creative will teach you how to make cakes. That was my day.
So Live Magazine, was it?
All gone. Because they was all waiting on funding.
We read that you started the soup kitchen, and I kind of want to get into that a bit. Like, what inspired you to start that to help the homeless? Like, what moved you?
So again, a lot of things from the soup kitchen was more of what I've experienced growing up on my estate. So I remember when I was about 7 or 8, in my house, for me to get money, I had to do chores.
I remember them days.
Wash up the dishes, wipe down the skirting boards,
Hoover.
hoover up.
Take the
And then
rubbish out.
in my days, £1 can get you a crisp,
Mhm.
a drink, a chocolate, sweets, and change.
I miss them days.
Good days.
That was £1. Now £1 can't get you nothing.
Even a Poland.
Pound is like £1.20 now.
Yeah.
Like, what? So I remember my mum used to give us like £2. I would save the £2.
Yeah.
£2, I will save the £2. £2, I will save the £2. And then I'm just there saving the money, and then I'll go to my friend's house. And then so the way how it was built in Summer Leighton, all the houses are all the same. So where my bedroom will be, a lot of my bedrooms will be there. Where mum's bedroom, the kitchen, it's all kind of built the same.
Yeah.
So when I'm going into their house, I'm going into their kitchen, and I'm going in. Oh, where's your biscuit cupboard? They're going. We don't have a biscuit cupboard. Oh, where's your Chris? I don't have Chris. Oh, you got anything in the freezer? Any ice lolly? No. And that's when I was like, oh, because I have a biscuit cupboard, it doesn't mean they've got a biscuit cupboard.
Yeah.
Do you see what I'm saying?
I
So
feel like we get so caught up in our world that
Yeah.
we have to go like always want to be like.
it's not until you go to other people, you're like,
I'm
oh,
blessed.
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
So I've got all of these foods to my disposal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can go and play PlayStation when I want. I can go, and a lot of people don't live the way how you live. So that's when I was at my brethren's house, and funny enough, he literally wants to write a movie about his life. He literally used to go out and steal. There was a shop on our estate called Jimmy's. It was a fish and chip shop, so he knew if he goes to Jimmy's at night, whatever food's left over, he will give it to him for free. I learned that. He used to go again when I was talking about the why we now do the back to school drive at the soup kitchen is because what we used to do, we used to go to Woolworths and steal uniform for him and his family. You know, we used to go, I used to use my money I saved up from doing my chores. And again, I don't know if you kids would remember, we had Quick Save. So
Yeah.
so Quick Save was like you can buy no frills and things like that. And literally from an 8, 9 year old buying full house shopping, I'm buying full house shopping for a family who ain't got. So I've used all of that experience when I was 8, 9 to all of my years up, and I said, you know what, I want to do this because this is just not a problem of my estate. This is a worldwide problem.
But we know that you've built the soup kitchen, but with every glitz and glam story, there comes like struggles and things that we go through that's, helped us a bit, maybe taking us back a bit. Let's delve into that. Like, what things have you done?
So much. From literally even like now, our building's taken a whole year to basically get refurbished. Now the building is looking absolutely amazing. But there's literally no furniture in there. So what we now have to do is reach out to people, try and get chairs, cookers, and things like that. The council want us back in the building, but we're saying we can't go in the building until we get things in the building.
Yeah.
So right now I'm just literally just always just on my phone, sending emails and just trying to just see what I can do, trying to get get things into the building. But yeah, a lot of the things is, people see me from being in Brixton, being from the ends, and I class myself as being just like everybody else. Do you know what I mean? And when they see me running a charity, it will be your own people. What we'll be thinking, no, like, what's he doing it for? Like, like, I know he's trying to wash some drug money. You would always get haters. And this is why I always say to people, don't try and eradicate your haters. It's physically impossible. The work you're going to put in trying to eradicate them or trying to prove them wrong, is pointless.
No, but I was watching the interview the other day ago, and it was with Tiffany Haddish, in it, and I think it was Jason. He said to her that she seems like she gets a lot of like white love in there. So he was like, what, like, what's worse, black hate or white hate? She's like, the black hate because it's like your own people that like know the struggle you've been through, like they don't want to support you. I don't understand like why we think that. Oh, it's like an envy and jealousy thing. But like it will get better one day, but it is like
it's crazy. Like people see me going on a holiday, and I'm saying, yeah, I work with the homeless, but can I not live?
Yeah.
Am I not to live my life?
Yeah.
I love doing what I do,
Yeah.
but I don't want people to be thinking like, yeah, you know, I can't go on a holiday now. And I'm like, no, like I'm trying to change that narrative to say,
Live your best
yeah, I'm trying to live my movie. Like I don't know how long I've got here.
Yeah.
I'm enjoying, and I'm trying to work while I'm doing it. And people send messages like, yeah, look, you're taking money from the charity. I'm like, bro, this is not a charity that I've decided to work at. This is something I've created from playing Grand Theft Auto in my house and saying I'm going to start this charity. Like people don't understand that this was hard work, blood, sweat, and tears. Why am I gonna now teeth from something that I've created? Don't make sense. But then I'm sitting there saying, why am I gonna sit there and mad tell you that?
Yeah.
Talk what you want to talk. I don't care. You see what I'm saying? So. Yeah, that's just the struggles.
And they always say that if you ain't got hairs, then you ain't popping.
Trust
me.
me.
You're up
That's
there.
true.
And it's because they can't get to where you are.
Yeah.
I mean, they could if they wanted to, but that's why they're hating on you, isn't it? Yeah, but like, have you also faced any personal struggles? Like, because I've heard that I've read in the brief that there's some personal things you've been through. I want to know how that's shaped you, or like how has changed your perspective on the world. Like, what have you learned about yourself and the world?
Yeah, so for me, me and my twin, funny enough, we've got learning difficulties, and we knew we had learning difficulties probably from like nursery, you know, because I remember coming home and saying they've putting stuff on the board and I don't know what it says. Everyone else is able to read it, but I can't. Then I went into infants, and I was like, it's still the same. I went into primary school. I'm like, I still don't get it. You've got something up there and I don't know what it says. Is there something wrong with me?
Yeah.
But then my little brother is just reading the newspaper like, well, that's the thing, like, idiot. Like, how could you just read like that? And I'm thinking maybe it's gonna come to us a bit late. It's not hit us yet, but it's gonna come to us. And everyone around us was able to read and write, and me and my twin struggled. So I remember us going to secondary school now, and we was in year 9, and it was funny because I said this to my daughter. I remember being in year 9, about to pick our subjects, and then we had a reading test, and everyone's reading test was like of their age, and me and my brother had a reading age of a 8-year-old in year 9, and I'm saying you didn't pick that up. My school didn't ever say these kids need to.
Yeah.
They left us in the wilderness. Took our exams, failed them absolutely miserably. Was only able to take the exams because I had a lot of friends in my class doing my work for me. So you have to do your coursework to get entered.
Yeah.
So I was just like, I can't do it. I don't understand it. And then people was like, no, we're gonna do it for you. So people used to do my work, write my name on there, give it to the teacher, and then they'll be like, yeah, the whole class has been entered. But now I'm doing the exam by myself. So I think what they now used to say is, if you've got reading difficulties, we'll give you extra time.
Yeah.
I'm saying, what are you giving me extra time for? You're giving me extra time to sit here because I'm not gonna get it.
But did you ever get? Because I know for me, because I have a disability, so I have like invisible disabilities, but I also have physical disability as well. So I had like extra time, but I had a scribe as well. I had a reader.
I didn't get that. I only got that support when I went to university.
So what did you learn about yourself? Okay, so there was a point in time where you wasn't diagnosed, but then you got diagnosed. So what did you learn about yourself before and after? And like, how did that shape the view of the world for you? Like, what did you learn about
It shaped. I knew from 14.
Yeah.
Or was I 13? I was in year 8, And you know, like when you like these times when you're just about like your last week of school
Yeah.
Yeah.
before the 6 weeks holiday, they usually do a trip to like Fort Park or things like that. I was with my head of year, and my head of year, Mr. Richardson. I went Kingsdale, by the way. But um, Mr. Richardson, he called up Fort Park, and he was like, "Hi, my name is Mr. Richardson. I'm from Kingsdale School. We have got 35 kids here that are that can't afford to come to Fort Park, and is there any way you can donate tickets?" He got the tickets, so I said, "Okay, let me go home and try that." I went home. Remember, we didn't have internet. We had yellow pages.
Oh yes.
Yeah. So I looked for Alton Towers. Now, Alton Towers is that going to Disneyland.
Yeah.
We can't afford that.
No.
So I said, all right, let me try it. I went home, took my mum's phone, looked at Alton Towers. And now I knew Alton Towers was AL. So I knew I had to look for AL, Alton Towers, boom, boom, boom. Hello, my name is Solomon Smith. I'm a youth worker for Morelands Estate. I wanted to know if there's any way you can donate 35 tickets to young people who would never experience going to Alton Towers. They said, yeah, send us to your address.
Wow.
I
Oh.
gave them my mum's address and they sent the tickets. So I was thinking, how am I going to get them to Alton Towers? So I said, I looked at the yellow pages. I'm looking for Coach. I thought Coach was spelled with a K. So I'm looking for K. I couldn't find Coach. So I went out Brixton. I walked out Brixton and I waited for a Coach. Then that's when I realized Coach was spelled with a C. And then I wrote down the number and I went home and I was like, hi, my name is Solomon Smith. I'm from the Morelands Community Centre. We've been donated 35 tickets for Alton Towers. And is there any way you can donate us a coach and a driver to get us there? They said, yeah. And I organized it, went home, learned a bit of face, took the logo online, and I made like a flyer because I was very good at kind of like designing and stuff.
Yeah.
But when you saw the flyer, you knew it was done by me because there was hella spelling mistakes, and people knew this was designed by Solomon. And I was able to get 35 people who's never experienced Sky and Alton Towers to be in Alton Towers.
But you was a youngster doing this,
I was in year 8 going into year 9. And that is when
That's kind of like dedication you had at that age. That's something you're not born with that.
And for me,
That's what-
I couldn't read, I couldn't write, but I was able to create this. I was able to be in Alton Towers and people being like, I can't believe I'm in Alton Towers. And I was like, I've done this.
Yeah.
Big up to
And
you.
that day is when I was like, you don't need to read, you don't need to write, you just need to go and do it.
Yeah.
So, even though the soup kitchen is mainly youth, I feel like mainly we're building up to go cracking homelessness and stuff. Like, but you're also talking about how like youth centers and stuff like that. So do you also like offer services to like help the youth, like maybe like help them in career paths or like like life skills and stuff like that?
So we get a lot of young people. Now we have to vet because we've got to see if they're safe, especially like where we're based in Brixton. If we can't get them into the soup kitchen, we go to where they are.
Yeah.
We get them to identify any families that might be in need. We get them to kind of go there, engage with them. If it's elderly, go and have a conversation. We're trying to bring back holding parents' shopping and bringing it to their house and
They
things
need to
like
bring
that.
that in.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're trying to bring that back. So yeah, a lot of the stuff is also implemented with young people.
In terms of like voluntary work, what have you gained from like volunteering, and like how do you think it helps and shapes people?
It helps people by just giving back. A lot of the times we get a lot of emails about people saying, I've always wanted to do this, and I say, well, make this what you've always wanted to do here right now.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Let's no more, holding on. Let's just do it. You see what I'm saying? We're here Monday to Friday. Let's go. We get a lot of people volunteering for their birthdays, for their weddings. We work with a lot of celebrities as well. So we had Idris Elba come down on his birthday, volunteer with us. We had Pharrell Williams come down and volunteer with us. So the main thing is just about creating a hub where it's not just helping the community, but it's also helping the vulnerable people who's also our volunteers.
Yeah.
A lot of our volunteers, believe it or not, were people that come and said to me on a down low, Solomon, I'm fucking going through it. Sorry for my language.
Yeah.
I'm going through it.
Mm.
And I said, you're going through it. Come out of your dark space.
Mm.
Come to the soup kitchen on Monday.
Yeah.
Start sweeping up, please. Could you make me a cup of tea? Could you get the thing from out the fridge?
Mm.
And they don't even know that they're volunteering.
There's some words to like they used to be like keep going, like
Mm.
even if you don't feel like no one's supporting you, like how do you like want to keep them going? Because I just feel like people think like everything happens overnight.
Just know, I can put it in these terms.
Mm.
You see, from the ages of 17 till, say, 26, 27, is your prime.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do now. I feel like since
Is your absolute prime.
yeah,
It's your prime to turn up.
Mm-hmm.
I miss Iron Apple. I never went Iron Apple.
yeah. See, I'm not in the turn up phase. Like, people be like, oh, like let's go out and party. I'm not like.
But you say that now until you turn 30, then you're like, I didn't get to go Iron Apple. I can't go there now. I'm in my 30s.
I thought the girl that's like
more
kind of
tired,
trying to like
more-
sort my life out, innit? And it's like
Write it down.
I don't really go parties. I don't like. I feel like I've been working in a sense like I might like this, for example, like, I will call this work even though I'm not getting paid for it yet. Since like February to July, I've just been doing all these things back to back in it. So, but I'm not really having fun. Like the last thing I had fun, like okay, in February I went to go see Chris Brown, yeah. Then in July I went to the Madam Joyce Cocktail Takeaway podcast. Like, but from I don't really go out like you know like go out for brunch, go out with friends. Like I might take my friends to the cinema, but like
That's what you need to do.
I'm not really like a party girl. So
But you don't need to be a party girl.
No,
You need to go and live your life.
you just have to try
Yeah.
Because you don't want to go and live your life and you're 40.
yeah, I saw a quote on Instagram. I said
From the ages of 17
yeah,
to the age of 26
yeah,
is your prime.
yeah.
You
Don't
would
be that
never
person.
get that back.
That
Yeah.
person that just
Go
focus on
and
living their life that they don't
go and live your life,
Yeah.
but create something.
Yeah.
Create something because you can live your life to the max and also create a business.
Yeah. That's what I'm trying to do.
Go and create a business, but do not focus on just the business, because then you don't want to be like, I missed my prime. I'm saying go and get white girl wasted, but make sure that you've got something to counteract that.
Yeah.
Go and literally read a book on how to create the biggest podcast, bigger than Madam whatever her name is.
Yeah,
So
that's
what's
right,
something you want to like leave us with, like maybe like a quote for the youth, like something that's like kept you going, I guess. And what are we
Main thing, it doesn't matter what you're going through. Doesn't matter trials, tribulations, abilities, disabilities. There's ways of making it through. You might not be able to go down the high road.
Yeah.
You might have to go down the back street, but you're able to make it to the same destination.
Yeah.
Just do it. You know what I mean? I saw myself doing stuff at 3 o'clock in the morning, researching and putting things together and making collages, and I had to do that at 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. Work what works with you. Don't waste time. Don't waste energy. Don't literally say I'm gonna do it next week. Just do bit by bit, starting today.
Yeah. And I want to leave you with this message right here, yeah. Sometimes your disability can be your ability, and sometimes look at it as an accessory, something that makes you special in it. And we out. Bye.
Bye.